Why don't you start gardening, though? Why don't you
start
start
selling Tupperware?
All right, and we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to D&D Session 9 with all these people losing their goddamn minds in the background.
I just want to roll some fucking dice.
My name is Jacob Chasey, and these people are joining me in a beautiful, the beautiful campaign in Usapait. I'm being joined here by Helminia, Suzanne, Cody, Jazz, Alpha, and James, each playing their own unique characters. Before we get into this, let's get some things out of the way. If this is your first time watching the stream, hello. We'd love to have you here. It is something that we do every week. And every Thursday, we play live for you. And every Friday on the YouTube channel down in the description, JC Productions, there is a rerun. And we are... or a restream for you to catch up on. We are currently about to have the third restream for session 3, and we hope that if you watch your stream tonight and enjoy what you see, you can follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube. We're going to be playing this game regardless, but it's nice to know that you enjoy it as well. Now, there was some things that happened, and we're gonna go over those just a little bit. But let's jump in to the recap, because I don't think I have anything else to say. Where we last left off, these wonderful people were thrown into a bit of a pit, one might even say a fighting pit, where one of our people who had attempted to find some things in a chest had the chests rise up against them and nearly eat our intrepid hero and bite him in half. After dispatching the chests, they were informed that they still needed to do one of the trials. The creature did not, in fact, count as completing a trial, and they had to choose one of the 3. With a little bit of deliberation and the crowd having growing more and more restless, they decided to choose a severed hand in one of the cases. With that happening, the hand instantly sprang to life and began strangling the monk of the party to death, as undead seemed to filter through the wall and attempt to batter down the party. They were able to defeat the sentient hand and beat back the shambling bodies and prove themselves in the arena to the ChangeBringer. After that, they were brought up to cheers and congratulations from the crowd, with the ChangeBringer and Adler, the person who had actually pushed them to take the challenge, nowhere to be seen. Some of them took the free alcohol and congratulations from the crowd. Others went and sat with a relieved, concerned, and guilty-looking Becca sitting at one of the tables. From there, some of you tried to confirm about what to do next. Well, Glareun went to find Adler. Finding that he had already started getting back to some of his tasks, and assuming that the 6 of you had had enough for one day, he dismissed you and decided and said that he would find work for you for the next day. With that, you returned to your group, with Becca stating that she can assist those that need to stay downstairs in the Thieves Guild to somewhere safe, send you guys to a market, but those of you who didn't necessarily rat yourselves out as being scum of the earth to the town guard, it was decided that you might want to return topside to not arise suspicion. And so, the group split, with at least 2 of you staying down and maybe deciding to go somewhere else, where the rest headed back up to the surface to rest for the night. Valdin, you have an opportunity of whether you wanted to stay down in the underground with Ophelia and Aelin, or if you wanted to head back to the surface with the others. You do know that they're looking for dark elves, and while you are not specifically a dark elf, you know with your skin complexion you could be mistaken for one. So it's all up to you. Whatever you would like to do, whichever team you'd like to go with, you are more than welcome to go with them. Just let me know.
There's no way that I can identify myself, is there? Like, by me just saying, oh, like, no, you're just mistaken, like, I don't have anything more than that, do I?
Not really. You don't have any identity on you.
Okay, I didn't think so. I'll hang out with my besties in the underground, because I don't really feel like getting hate crimed today. That doesn't really fit on the docket, so...
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, Becca's leading the other 3 up and out to get back to the inn above to rest. As such, did the 3 of you, the group had already gone to the underground market to grab different items and stuff with any money that they had and scope out stalls for the future. Did you just want to lay low in one of the underground inns, or is there anything else you'd like to do before we fast forward to the next day?
Did we want to check out the information centers around town, or do you want to wait till next day for that? Question for us hanging out down here.
I don't really have any money right now, so I can't.
I'm
I
dead
can't
broke.
do much of anything. I'm
don't
dead
think-
broke.
Yeah, I don't think they'd be thrilled with us showing up with a couple.
Like, we've got all this jewelry we could do, but like it's high.
Is there
We
a
shouldn't be
place
doing that
down
right now.
here that I can gamble that isn't against Yoey to make a little bit of money? But you know what? It's not gonna be worth it. All I have is silver. Let's get a job first. I'm sleeping. We're gonna hang out for the night.
Let's find an inn. I
Okay.
want to go to the one with the saddest sounding name.
Yeah.
The saddest sounding name.
Yeah,
It's just I want
something
the
with a
sign
hint
just to
of
say beds.
melancholy.
I want the sign just to say like beds.
No, I want it to be like
This is a bed store.
like the
not an-
drowned tavern wench or something. I want it to be something real melancholic and
The
grim.
drowned tavern wench. That's great.
Wow.
That's what they
Okay.
called me in elf college.
That's what they calls you in elf college. Damn.
I love talking about Hamlet.
Mm-hmm.
Got it right this time.
I love talking about Hamlet. I mean, I guess that one sounds a little sad. I'll float the name over to you, and you guys let me know. It's called the Broken Crow. Does that satisfy?
Perfect. That satisfies my every need.
That satisfies your edge. Okay. So, Valdin, Aelin, and Ophelia head into the Broken Crow. It's a small, kind of compact place. It doesn't have much, is what I should say, as it has a small reception area where you can see there is a kind of older halfling man kind of on a elevated chair behind a counter, and you can see like bars kind of across it, almost like you're looking at a half jail cell as the kind of counter pulls up to be about your just under your shoulder height, and then the rest of the way where it's open topped is blocked off with strips of metal to protect the halfling inside. You can see it immediately kind of peels off from this wall that is this office for the inn, and curves in a 90-degree angle where you can see a hallway with different doors available. As this halfling looks at each of you, kind of sizes you up. Rooms? Just a simple question out to the three of you. Silver a bed?
Yes, I believe we would. I suppose we'll take 3 then.
3 silver.
I'll give the man 3 silver.
As he kind of pulls it over, like over the side of the counter, you hear it kind of like hit this heavy mass at the bottom of the floor, as he kind of looks at each of you while he does it, and just slowly kind of reaches underneath and takes this kind of like big, heavy looking iron keys, sets them on the table, and you can hear just this kind of satisfying of metal, slides them across the wood underneath the bars of the counter. You have room 3, 4, and 5.
Thank you, my good man.
And he stops looking at you, kind of moves away from the bars in the open area, and kind of drops below the counter. Each of you
make our way toward the rooms.
Each of you are able to divvy out your keys. As you open each room, they are the definition of bare bones. You can see a small bed with at least the sheets are clean, and a kind of small chest for personal items, but your backpacks are honestly probably bigger than that accommodations. There is no dresser, there is no mirror, there is no wash bin. It is just simply a bed and a small place to put things. And that is the same for all 3 of the rooms. So, with each of you retiring to your places, Becca getting the other 3 of Glareun and Yoy back up to the surface and getting you to the fresh flask. Unless if anyone wants to say something, forever hold your peace and will sleep through the night.
I can't.
You can't?
I have to. I'm getting all of my stuff that I left in the room, throwing it in my new backpack that I just bought, and I'm going back underneath. I'm going back to the underground.
Okay, by yourself?
If the other 2 are staying here, then yeah, I'll go alone.
Are you telling them?
No, but I have the Yoi's sending stone.
Okay. So, you're gonna make your way there. I will need first, since you are trying to get back into the underground, you've seen it newly, so it affects the DC. You are able to make either a history or a survival check to make your way back down.
We'll go history. How does a 9?
As you are pulling around in the dark, the sun has begun.
Wait. Don't say anything. Actually, I'd like to use my inspiration.
Okay.
a little bit better. 17.
A little bit better. DC 13. As you begin to kind of putter around, I will like you to roll an encounter. This will just be a D20 roll. Let me know what you roll on the dice.
16.
16. All right. As you kind of slowly and methodically work your way back to the underground entrance that you knew about, you do have to kind of slow and stop at the side of the streets as you can see some guard kind of moving around, not to attract any attention, but you are able to make your way to that underground area. You were led through the sewer or the drainage grate with Aelin and Ophelia last time, so that would be the area that you'd be going. And as such, you find yourself at that large metallic sealed door. What would you like to do?
I just like knock really loud.
How would you like to knock?
Or wasn't it like a 3 knock pattern
How would you like to knock?
that the lady did? The wood elf did like a 3 knock pattern, right?
She did.
I want to do that.
Okay. What's the what's the pattern?
I don't fucking know. It's been like 3 weeks.
Yeah. Just roll a history check, DC 10.
Uh, 17 on the dice.
Okay. I was losing your mind. It's just, God damn it.
Well, I figured like should know it's been like a matter of hours. It's been like 2 weeks for me.
You only have some minor brain damage from being strangled. The lack of oxidation.
I'll give you that.
You firmly knock on the door, and you hear it kind of hiss open. You can see that a kind of like scaled snout kind of peers out as you can see a lizard folk looking at you with these kind of reptilian golden eyes as he kind of regards you carefully. A moment of silence is kind of shared between the two of you, unless if you'd like to break it yourself.
I mean, if I can just come in, I don't have anything to say to him.
Okay. He kind of like regards you warily as you kind of step through, and you can hear this kind of like almost hiss coming from the back of his throat as the door kind of slides shut. You've made it into the underground, and as once again the underground, a big thing is just finding your way without a guide. Please make once again a history or survival check to get back to the market, as these hallways are winding, similar, and come with an innate DC in their rules.
A 15 in history.
Sounds Gucci. As you pull your way over, you're listening for certain sounds. You're actually like stopping and smelling the air as the subtle shifts to different types of smoke like tell you where to go as they get subtly stronger and stronger. And you make it back into the market.
Do you think that I would know where the other 3 went to sleep, or?
I mean, I'll let that depend of like, do Aelin, Ophelia, Valden think that they'd let the others in on where they'd be planning on going, or would they just be saying, oh yeah, we're gonna look around for a place and leave?
We'd have no real way of doing that.
Yeah, I think we'd just be looking for a place and hope that they would know what we'd be looking for.
Yeah, so you currently don't have an idea of where they are.
That's probably fine.
Probably.
Can I? Is there one like nearby that I can see, or do I just got to go do some looking around?
Are you like looking for Are you looking for the inn?
If there's an inn just here in the market somewhere, perfect. If not, I can go look somewhere else.
I mean,
but...
there are inns in the market. I'd say just roll a luck check for.
Oh, at this point, I don't care if I end up with them.
Oh, okay.
It's just like if there's the closest inn.
Gotcha.
Whichever one's where I am.
Gotcha.
I can find.
Roll a d20. Still.
9.
9? Okay. You are headed into, let's see, the Rotten Eye is where you are heading, is the place that you step into.
Yes, dude.
All right. And as you kind of head in, you can see kind of the musty place. Again, these are more like down here. It's more similar to what you'd expect of like a motel than an actual hotel. It's just a reception area. You can see a kind of haggard-looking young woman, human that is in the middle of this kind of circular desk. And flanking her on either sides, you can see large metal doors with very obvious keyholes. And one, like both of them have different arrays of numbers, one on the 1 to 10 range and one on the 10 to 20 range, or 11 to 20 range. As she kind of looks up at you, you can see kind of like dark spots underneath her eyes. Yes?
I just need a room for the night.
All right. One person.
Yeah.
1 silver.
That's 10 copper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll give her 10 copper.
Okay. As you kind of hand it over, she actually hands you kind of like this like thin copper key, and takes a larger key and actually goes and opens up one of the larger metal doors. It doesn't need unlocking the other way, but you'll be in number 7.
Thank you. I'll go find my room.
Okay. Just like how I described with them, it's very utilitarian, very low maintenance, very low amount of things in the room. No windows, just privacy and a bed.
Perfect.
All right. As we go there, any last bits that anyone needs to say or do before we rest and go to tomorrow morning? Okay. Well, the day will come to an end. And with it, just a simple bit of leveling up gets to come to your guys's, gets to come to each of you. As such, we'll be rolling for level up as this kind of all goes. Alpha's muted, but he's saying stuff, I promise. He's so excited. And yeah, this is just going to take a quick second as everyone... Valden will get to go to level 2, and the rest of the group will get to go to level 3. as I look, and we are going to put Aelin up first to the chopping block. Aelin, what level are you taking? And let's get some HP.
I will be taking level 3 fighter. I will still be rolling, I believe, a D10 for my health.
Yes, sir.
So. Bam! Oh! That is a 7.
Okay.
Plus my Constitution, which I believe
+2.
is +2, so that's a +9 to my health.
If I remember
Very
correctly, that will
naturally.
put you to 26.
I believe it does. I have to update my... I updated my character sheet, but it took the generic number, so I'll add a little +1 there. But yes, that is my 26. Yep. Do you need a fighter, what, archetype or whatever?
I would... I
Well-
mean, if you want to say it to the stream, if not, just send it to me.
I'm not
No,
scared
you
to
can
keep it
say
a
it.
secret. Yeah, I'll be taking the Echo Knight archetype, which gives me the ability
Yo.
to cast an Echo to fight for me. Well, not fight for me, but, you know, we can
Fight with you.
do some fun stuff, yeah, to fight with me. So I'm
Fight
excited to roll
alongside.
that out and really confuse some enemies as I'm swapping back and forth and all this fun stuff. Yeah, I'm stoked.
It's going to be so good.
It's gonna be very good.
All
I'll
right.
send for screenshots.
Which means next up on the chopping block, I have Glareun.
Oh boy. Take another level in Paladin.
Alrighty. Up to level 3.
Yep. I also am rolling a d10. We got an 8 on the dice.
Okay.
Oh boy. So
And you've
I
got
guess we go-
+1 con.
Yep.
So I do believe
So
that puts you
we'll
at...
go up 20. Huzzah.
You're up to which?
20.
20 flat?
20 flat,
Alrighty.
I think. I'll double check.
I'm
Oh,
a
wait,
little
no, I was at
nervous about
18
that. I
before.
thought you were
I'm
at
dumb.
27.
That's incorrect. Yeah, I was at 18 before.
I was
I
like,
was reading my damaged HP.
that feels
Whoops.
weird.
27 is right.
Okay. I was like, I'm not gonna shit on your parade, but like, I would like you to have the correct amount of HP. I feel like that might be unfortunate. All right. Who is next up? That is Ophelia.
I am taking my 3rd level in Wizard. I really don't want to roll. I hate that you guys encourage me to do this.
Roll the dice.
Roll. Gamble.
Roll it.
I'm not gonna tell you to. You'll have to do what you want.
You know what? 4. Absolutely average. Perfectly fine.
All right, and you've got a
It
con
bumps
of
my
+2.
Yeah, that bumps me up to an 18.
18.
One might even say I could be the beefiest wizard around.
All right.
I think I gain 2 new spells as well as 2nd level magic.
We do love 2nd level magic. Honestly, 2nd level I feel is slept on comparatively.
There's a lot of I'm looking at the spell list right now. There's a lot of different ways I can go. There's some spells that have not been approved by the Vatican too.
Oh,
So
boy.
we'll talk about that, but I think I'm gonna go with like good old reliable. I think I know exactly what I need to get through these days.
Hell yeah. All right.
I'll keep that to myself.
Gotcha. I mean, keep it away from the stream. Don't be afraid to everyone let me know everything you got in the privates chat.
Chat. My power not to do the meme thing of let me know. All right, I'm out of here.
Fuck. Next up on the chopping block is what you got for me?
Yo, taking my 3rd level in Monk. I think I'm taking Way of Shadow as my subclass.
Spicy.
Which just makes me cool. That's all it does.
You
and
get 2
I
degrees
roll.
colder.
I'm rolling a d8 for my hit dice, and I rolled a 5 on the dice.
Okay.
I believe bringing me to 21.
21. Perfecto.
Why'd you say it like the Burger King foot lettuce guy?
21. The last thing that you'd think in your D&D character would be a shadow monk, but as it turns out, that might be what you get. All right, Yoy, we have you ready to rock and roll.
Yay. Okay, so for my level 3, I'm taking the subclass, oh my gosh, I'm taking Alchemist. And that just means that I can make funny potions every day.
Funny haha potions.
Funny haha potions every day. And my new HP is a 7 on the dice for a total of 26 points. 26 HP.
This is a hearty group.
And I think that's everything. I have a couple other things that come with my level up, but those will just come in time.
Those will just be there.
Those will just come in time.
All right. Which means last but not least, our level 2. Welcome. Valdin, what's going on?
Nothing much, pretty much. I'm gonna be a level 2 warlock, so better than everyone else. That's all I gotta say.
Warlocks actually do get stuff at level 2, so.
I just need to make sure I do all that stuff right, and I know how to do all my stuff.
Knowing how to do your stuff is important, but that HP roll.
Typically. Better than the regular, because I get +6, putting me to 16.
16 we go. And with that, the group is finishing a long rest. Y'all get your stuff. You motherfucker. Someone's just sending me the worst shit over Discord. Alright, gotta respond to one of you. There we go. Everyone's happy and healthy. Okay. So, some people are finished and done. Other people are finishing up. But that is all right, as we can move to the morning. A couple people wake up below ground, the smoke kind of hanging over them in this kind of just congested space of the underground. The market never truly stopping during the night, and the rest of you wake up a little bit more refreshed with actual outside air at the Fresh Flask. You're waking up around the same time. There's a few staggers, but for all everything kind of said and done, and the day's new. What would you like to do next? First come, first serve.
Breakfast.
You
I assume not continental here, right?
yeah, there's nothing here for you. As kind of the three of you look, and there's it's kind of that stilled quiet within your place, but you can see like one kind of cloaked figure kind of shuffling out, but you check in with the two, like each of you check in with each other. Valdin comes out as well, and you're able to head off somewhere to buy something. Easy enough.
I would also like to wander the market to look for food.
Okay. I would like. I assume the group of 3 is staying together. So, if you're doing so, please one member of that group, whoever calls it out first, roll a d6. Will
Yes.
also roll a d6.
I got a 5.
6.
Okay.
Get memed on.
Do I win some gold?
No.
Make
Damn.
10 wisdom saving throws.
No.
Fireball, 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 fireball. We play
Fireballs with wisdom saves? That's crazy.
we play the game called How Many Wisdom Save Fireballs Can You Make in a Row?
I had one of those land on my chest once.
So, as you all kind of spread outward, the people you're mixed in with people who have like the general morning fog and other people who have evidently been up a bit earlier than you and are already kind of like energized and moving around. The stalls are still packed with people, albeit different people than you remember being directly outside of your place beforehand. And as each of you kind of move around, the smoke and smells guide your way as each of you are able to find different things. As the 3 of you kind of move up, you can hear the sizzle of a hot piece of metal searing their way into different meats as each of you kind of step up, and you can see some like sort of maybe like lighter red meat being roasted and seared over this kind of larger metal panel that's on this fire that's, albeit not generating that much smoke, if something is stopping a portion of it from just billowing out, it's still generating some. Along with it, you can see bread being placed onto the grill as well, with some kind of like nothing fancy, just bits of like water set aside for drinking. But there is a suitable place for you guys to get something to get into your stomachs. You are able to you're in a different section of the market, and as a result you can see different vendors that are throwing out fresher things, such as mostly like different types of fruits that are like being hung from bundles, or different like bushels of vegetables that are hanging, and you can kind of go and like piecemeal together some sort of platter as well if you wanted to go like grab some fruits, vegetables, find some like sort of cheese, or maybe some non-cooked meat, and be able to assemble some sort of platter for yourself in this section of the market that you've wound up in.
That'd be good as long as it doesn't cost me too much. After Yoi cleaned me out, I'm running a little low out here.
I mean, if you are all just going for the bare minimum of meals, that is perfectly fine. For the group of 3, it would be 3 copper pieces a meal. So it would be 9 total copper pieces. If you wanted to assemble your platter, it would actually just it would run you slightly more, since you're having to piecemeal it, of just 4 copper pieces. But you're buying single things for all of it. Nothing too
That's fine.
expensive.
I can do that.
So if everyone wants to eat something for breakfast, they are more than able to. Just make sure that you're spending your copper. The people.
I can put down a silver piece, and I don't want change. Could the 1 extra silver piece get me something?
I mean, what are you looking for? You can. I've explained what this grill has for you. Trying to get like an extra portion of something? Are you?
I don't know. Make whatever they give me fully loaded with the sauces and probably other things I have. I imagine they have fermented things down here because that's what I imagine. Fully, I'm not gonna say it, but that's the only phrase I got. Give me the underground special. He just punch me in the teeth.
He looks at you. Make a persuasion check.
Am I actually rolling a persuasion check?
Yes.
For the
You
underground
say,
special?
give me the underground special.
I don't want to do this, but I'll do it because it's funny.
It's funny. That was a wheeze.
One must commit to the bit. 8.
8.
I get the same stuff. No change back. I get mugged.
You can just you see him look. He's like, right, underground special, and he like hands out the other two to Val and Aelin, as he kind of goes under the booth with yours, and you see him just like. You hear him kind of move some stuff around, and he hands you yours, but it's like fully wrapped up in like this light paper. And he kind of grins and kind of shoos the three of you off. Each of you kind of like with your like sizzling meat and bread.
I'm gonna poison check this. What is he doing to me right now?
You can make a medicine check.
Commit to the bit. Well, his face never went under. I gotta make sure this isn't something else. Better. 14.
14. You're looking for any erroneous ingredients or poisoned sections or any malicious dabblings, and as you can look and see. There is nothing off-putting or different about this, and then you realize there's nothing off-putting or different about this besides the wrap that he put around it of paper.
That's pretty good. It might actually be better for me because it'll be cleaner for me to eat with one hand, you know? This actually might work in my favor. You know what? Good enough. Was it worth 1 copper?
Yourself that it was worth
Probably. Yeah. I mean, I got a lot of things to keep in mind, you know? Not all of us are so grateful and blessed to have all of our limbs intact, you know? It's people like you that make the world so inaccessible.
Spooky.
I eat a little bit of the paper because I can't fully unwrap it too.
It's not the edible parchment. It's
just a little bit.
Just
I enjoy my sandwich.
It's not bad. Like it's still made. Like it's not like it's the definition of like struggle food, but struggle food doesn't have to taste bad. Is the kind of thing.
Oh, I imagine it's like heavily salted and has like a bit of sauce. Like it's not eloquent.
It's closer.
There's probably a bit of grit in the meat every now and again, but it's fine.
It's closer to like a like probably how like a Euro started, of just like it originally being a meal of struggle, and then after a while with us getting more advanced, kind of like fancifying it up, but this is it more at like the base original. Like, yeah, you don't have a lot of stuff, but you have like a little bit of meat, a little bit of bread, and some things to put into it.
Believe it or not, this is just the actual New York chopped cheese. There's nothing different.
We
didn't change the recipe.
This is just a Philly cheesesteak I found outside.
This is a Philly cheesesteak.
This is a grilled cheese that I found behind the Walmart.
I imagine there's no actual cheese. That's kind of decadent, but you know, I'm good.
Yeah, no. That's why had to pay the extra copper, because they got a little bit of cheese. But the 4 of you underground are able to do that. The 3 of you above ground are able to quite easily get your continental. And whenever you feel like speaking out or stating where you're going or where you want to go, just let me know. If anyone needs to have conversations, feel free. The floor is yours.
Does anything in the market actually catch my eye?
Does what?
Like as we're just walking, or does anything in the market catch my eye or ear? A conversation?
Make a perception
anything like
check.
that as we're just walking through? Yeah. I ear hustle a little bit. That's pretty good. 21?
21. As you are finishing up your sandwich and kind of crumpling up the paper, you hear kind of... There's people kind of going around, and you can see actually a noticeable thing of there is a elvish woman who looks like she's of wood elf descent, thick black hair into a ponytail that runs down past her waist, a kind of black tightly fitting clothes, as she's kind of like walking up to a stall. You can see the only thing that isn't hugging her form closely is this pouch that she has on the right side of her hip. And as she kind of digs into it for a second, she takes out this small square piece of parchment and sets it on the booth and slides it over to the bald man that's the vendor of this place. As he kind of like takes it from her, and you just hear him say, "Bless the post." So he kind of flips it open. He just goes, "Well, that ain't good for any of us now, is it?" And you can see this woman kind of shake her head. "But what can you do? Apparently the South just went to shit. I thought things were going to shit here, but damn. Thought the fuckers at the southern border were smarter than this, just to turn themselves inside out. No, apparently, Forbell seems to think that it is our duty to go and clean them out due to the situations at the border. Well, it can be their divine duty, not fucking mine." Agreed. And she moves over to another stall, removing a similar squared piece of parchment and setting it. You can see another vendor kind of unfurl as she seems to be distributing some sort of news.
To the south, Forbell. Does that sound familiar to me in any way?
Forbell, make a history check, DC 9.
I be thinking. Hey, you're not gonna believe this.
It's a 9.
No. It's a I should use my inspiration.
Damn. What do we got, like a fucking 4?
Like an
Already
8.
used her inspiration.
Did I?
Am I
For
going
what?
crazy?
I think
probably
most
going
people
crazy.
were holding on to their inspiration right now.
I know I have one.
Everyone was
Swag out.
holding on to
Yeah,
theirs. I think I was the
everyone
first
at
one
the
to
end of
get
the at the end of the last session, I'm pretty sure the last person who didn't have inspiration got one. No one has
Inspiration comes and goes.
no one declared that they've used it. So, how many of you are welcome to declare that you've used inspiration? Because I technically don't know what your role is.
It was well, it went to a 17,
Okay.
but I rolled an 8.
For Bell, yeah, this is a very notable city that you've never been to. It is the capital city of the northern region. It sits at the foot of the second largest mountain in Usapait, called the Jewel of the North. And it is the home of the Republic's Court, where the People's Republic of Usapait resides.
So, just to paraphrase, they said apparently some stuff went awful, like towards the southern border,
Mm-hmm.
and it's Forbell's issue to go clean it up. They're not doing it.
Forbell is they're stating if Forbell thinks something should be cleaned up, it should be Forbell that does it, not them. Which infers that something's happened, maybe some sort of order from Forbell. You don't know.
It's the capital of the northern region, where the what quarters?
Where
The Republic's Court?
the Republic's Court is, where the basically the Usapait's representatives all meet from every single region. It's basically the Washington, D.C. of Usapait. Except, you know, actually a city. Not just a region.
Okay. I understand. And then that thing down south. What? I feel like I may know what that might be.
Who knows?
Ooh, who does know?
Who does know?
That's all for me.
Okay. Anyone have anything they want to do?
Did Valdin go with us or with the
Glareun, you're with you believed and Yoy. As you and Yoy convene for breakfast, does not join you. And if you go and check for you can see that their room is empty.
Okay. I was more asking, Valdin stayed downstairs?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, cool. Alright. Ready to head back below? Joy?
Do you think that they'll still be there?
No idea. All I know is that we got work from whatever his name is. The guy whose name I remembered a bit ago. Starts with an A. Lizard person.
Oh, all right. Then I suppose so.
Okay. Any preparation that the two of you want to take? Or are you just going straight to the underground? Are you doing any preparation or grabbing anything else first?
Before we go, is there anywhere that I can purchase anywhere close that I could purchase alchemist tools, and then also some empty potion bottles?
Yeah, no, you could definitely go and just buy some alchemist supplies. Let's see. I mean, you've been clearing people out and gambling, but let's see if you have the gold for this. The market price for alchemist supplies is 50 gold pieces.
Damn, that would clean me out. Okay.
I can hear everyone else wince because I think you're the only person that could say that clears you out at the moment.
Might hit me. Let's find out.
I was worried about affording breakfast.
Can I haggle that price? Can I find it cheaper?
I will allow you to make a persuasion check. We'll see, depending on where you hit it. This could either raise the price or lower the price.
Oh, raise it or lower? All
yes,
right.
indeed.
Right. Oh my god. I put my dice in this thing.
How could you?
Can't open the thing.
How could you?
I could just grab a different set.
Wow, you're actually struggling with that?
Yeah, it like...
Damn, full-on pickle jar situation.
Yeah, fuck. Okay, Cody got it.
Cody,
oh, that's a natural 20.
Oh!
Right out the bat.
Right out the bat. Let us... Where the fuck... My D10s have rolled away. God damn it. Let me check my... Okay. With a natural 20, you're able to kind of talk. You're basically talking to this like older woman about her alchemist supplies, and she's not. She doesn't really want to go down at all. She's like, this is very, very expensive and precise. And you see kind of this like younger boy kind of like look over from a different stall and kind of call out to you from like about 10-15 feet away of, I have a supply kit for you if you're willing to take 35.
35?
35.
All right. I'm willing to part with 35.
All right. You do have, basically this is just the kind of tools of it. Specifically just the tools, as the other one was like completely fully stocked. However, the only like real thing about it is the alchemical items that a fully stocked kit would have come with accounts for like making antitoxin, oil, perfume, soap. So like right now you don't have any of that, so you need to buy the supplies. But you do have the tools now.
Perfect. Can I turn back to the older woman and ask if she has empty bottles that I could purchase from her?
She just kind of looks at you. Yes.
And how many and how much a piece?
How many do you want? And due to glassworking being difficult to do, they are 1 gold piece a beaker.
I can. Do you have 5 to spare?
Yes, I have 5.
All right. I'll give her 6 gold and take 5 bottles.
Okay, you can see her ego kind of like smoothed back over with the tip. You pick up the beakers, these potion bottles basically, from this older woman. And you have alchemist's kit with no actual ingredients in it, and 5 potion bottles.
Okay. And since I have the alchemist supplies on me and an empty bottle, can I do an experimental elixir?
Absolutely.
All right. I have to roll a d6 for this. And do you want me to announce out loud, or do you want me to message you?
I mean, it is completely up to you. If you want to describe it, I would love it, even if you don't tell them what the actual physical thing is. If you'd like to describe what the bottle, the potion looks like.
Since I'm doing this magically, I want to ask, can... This is gonna sound so stupid, but in my brain I'm like, ooh, flair. Can the bottle change?
Sure, why not?
Okay, great. Because I rolled a 5, and on the table for experimental elixir, that is a potion of flight. The drinker gains a flying speed of 10 feet for 10 minutes. So with Yoi picking up this bottle and creating an elixir of sorts just by picking it up and concentrating on the bottle, she wraps her hands around it, and then when she reveals it to herself, the bottle cap has little wings etched into it, and I'd like to think that the potion is like a sparkly blue, like the sky. And
beautiful.
That'll be what it is.
Alrighty, as you're able to concoct this elixir, as I'd assume Glareun is accompanying you, unless if you guys are walking around by yourselves out in Orin. But yeah, she's able to basically, you can see of just this kind of empty beaker as she almost like mimes crushing things with the mortar and pestle, setting something in the beaker, and you watch as the beaker begins to bubble and fizz and then shape the glass in front of you, Glareun, to this exotic looking potion.
That's pretty cool.
Do you want to try it?
Now?
I mean, it only lasts until I rest again.
Sure. Why not? Do you
I'm
know
gonna
what it
pass
does?
him the bottle.
Do you know what it's gonna do?
No.
Cool. Okay, whatever. I'll chug the potion.
Do you feel any different?
I don't know, DM. Do I feel any different?
As you chug this concoction, it doesn't actually feel like you're drinking anything. It's almost like watching someone mime drinking CO2. As like it's just this almost like gaseous quote unquote liquid that goes down into your throat as the beaker actually returns in your hand to a normal potion bottle. And as it does, and you kind of set it down to the side, you almost both of you kind of hear Glareun's armor shift. And it's not of him like shifting his position or shifting his posture. It's his armor has become less of a bag draped over a horse and more of a mooring of a ship that's beginning to coast or float away, as you realize that your muscles and bones do not seem to be nearly as dense or heavy as you remember, as you just slowly begin to glide upwards with your unconscious thought.
We're like in public right now.
Yes,
right?
you are. You're in a market. The
That's
second
okay. I have a license for this.
the second you think about it, you do realize you do like kind of come into thought of what's happening, and you are able to control the 10-foot flying.
Okay, cool.
But right now, you are not heavy at all. And this is nice.
Alright, cool.
You're walking around with no weight to your armor.
Cool.
Or I should say, with
yeah,
your
I
armor
feel-
being the only weight.
Yeah. I feel much lighter. Like I could just float away.
I wonder how high you can jump.
Probably best not to do that in public.
Agreed. Well, in that case, should we get going then?
Sounds good to me. Hopefully we can meet up with the others without too much trouble.
I hope so.
All right. So the two of you are attempting to just go straight to the underground now. All right.
Yes.
One of you, or if both of you have proficiency, one can assist the other. Will make either a survival or history check. Both of you went through the same place, which is not the Great, so you'll be going through that building of luxury.
I'm gonna assume
The
your
hookah
history
lounge.
is probably better than mine, but I have proficiency, so I'll assist you and give you advantage.
My history is... God, where even is it? Oh, yeah. That's the advantage. I'll take it. Okay. That's a 13.
Okay. So it does take the two of you a bit. I would like both of you to roll an encounter dice, just due to the amount of time it will take. Let me know what number you roll. D20. D20, no modifiers.
18.
18. That was close.
Oh, fuck. Drop my dice.
Already fell.
19 from the floor.
19 is what you need for an encounter. Jazz, please roll me a D100.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
We'll be fine.
I need you to roll a 1 real bad.
You run into the
Everything will be
Inquisitor.
fine.
You run into.
If you
Oh my god,
if
if I
you,
run into the Inquisitor,
if you
I
roll
will...
like I will say, don't roll a 5 or lower on a D100.
Roll a 1.
No.
63.
Okay.
Wait, why not a 5 or lower? What does a 5 do?
Or lower.
We run into the Inquisitor and
Look,
die.
man, I can smooth
the lottery.
I got this shit. What do you mean?
She's just
He
gonna
was
try.
smooth talking you, not the other way around.
You didn't even get his name.
Didn't even get his name.
Oh, woe is you.
Oh well. One day.
Okay. So, the two of you kind of begin moving around down to the southern side of the district where this hookah lounge was. And as you are kind of making your way, you can hear this kind of like call, this kind of like drifting across the street that you all are stepping across. And as you it kind of comes more into your scope of hearing, you can hear it is a young man voice basically coming across and stating is, please step up and test yourself. There is so much that the city of Alinor Orin can provide in the quality of people that walk their streets. Why not make yourself one of them? And you can see as you turn this corner, this very well-dressed soldier. You can see a this man who basically is in front of this table that has a bunch of different papers across it. His hair is kind of slicked back and looks nice. You can see a kind of like remnants of a bandage around his midsection, and plastered across that you can see 3 different medals on his uniform. His uniform looks worn but cleaned, like it had been ripped or torn and had been but then put through the wash afterward to get any grime or mud out of it. And this very clean, very respectable looking elven man is addressing a small group of people, around a little bit over a dozen, all kind of like stepping around him. You can see another soldier, a female high elf, this kind of like long blonde ponytail kind of running just past her shoulders, wearing wearing the armored uniform as well, who are talking to a duo of like younger looking wood elves. You can see her passing papers to each of them as both of these elves kind of look down at it while she's talking to them. Further across, you can see this kind of like large, it's a cube with these kind of like insets into it, where you'd assume that you'd either, you can see these like kind of odd slits in the side of it. You're not sure what it's meant for, but it is close by to the table, and you can see the man as he kind of like catches someone's attention and they kind of move in closer to speak to him. He lowers his voice to a more reasonable, like personal tone as he talks, and you see him gesture towards that cube, and you can see this this half-elven woman that he's addressing kind of like nodding and looking at it. What would the two of you like to do, if anything?
This just kind of seems like a recruitment office to me, or a recruitment effort. Don't know how much we care about that.
You're welcome to try and just move past.
Do we want to care about us?
I don't see any reason to.
Okay.
All right. Are you just going to walk straight past?
Yes.
Okay. As the two of you kind of stroll past, the two military people seem to be busy addressing others. Paying no heed to you, you are able to easily and eventlessly walk past. With that, you are able to find your ways across and enter into the hookah lounge that you had been led through before. As people kind of regard you, you can see once again these kind of like love seats and couches that are filled with different people who regard each of you with welcoming eyes at each of these separate lounges as you enter in. The smoke heavy hanging in the air. Each of you, if you want to, are welcome to move to the back of that building where you know the entrance to the below is. If you wish to.
Yeah, let's boogie. We're looking for our party members right now.
Okay. As
Unless you want to talk, Joy.
No, let's go.
As the two of you kind of move past these people, you can feel the eyes trained on your backs. Before you kind of get to that area where Becca had kind of led you inside, and you can see a kind of lean-toned woman of half elven. You can see kind of like the kind of lighter dark elven skin on her body, still kind of dressed up like the rest of the patrons and employees at this place, but you can see a kind of like small blade at her side as she kind of like sits next to the area that you're supposed to walk to get to the sealed door. And as the two of you kind of approach, she regards each of you, and as you like move to step through that door, she kind of just slides off of the chair and stands between the two of you and the entrance. Not saying anything, just looking at you. This is for employees only.
That's a good thing we're employees then, isn't it?
I haven't seen you here.
Only just came through the other day, but Adler says he has work for us. So that's where we're heading now.
Make a persuasion check.
18?
18. You can see this half-elf drow kind of regard you with this, her eyes like cold compared to the other people in this lounge, and she just kind of huffs. Well, tell him to train his new people fucking better. You should know the proper jurisdiction and not be saying that fucking name topside. God. She kind of moves to the side, gestures. Go.
Thank you. Sorry.
God's buff. The two of you kind of move through. You make it to the seal. This one, you are able to knock on. It doesn't require the same level as the others. And as it opens, you're all able to navigate. If you want to do that history or survival for navigating the underground, you two are welcome to. Again, either one person with advantage if the help action can be applied, or you just party. What you got? Who's leading?
You're welcome to go for advantage history again.
Okay, yeah. Oh man, that was close. 19.
19. More easily, you're able to navigate through this kind of samey looking halls underground, Eleanor Oren, as your noses lead you to the correct place of the market underground. And all of you, although in different sections, actually, Glareun, since you're always rolling the history, can you roll a d6?
Absolutely. Where did my D6 go?
Two. And although none of you are in the same sections of the market as the other chunks of the group, you're all down there. How is the group proceeding? Are you just kind of wandering around the market? Or is there a different idea?
Wandering around the market for now. Adler said he would find us, if I'm remembering correctly.
That's fair. But are you guys trying to find each other first?
I think once we get food, we should probably go head to like the pit and wait at that bar-like area. Cause that's the only place we actually
Yeah,
know.
that would be a good call. Yeah, I mean, unless there's a kind of a more central area that isn't the the market, somewhere that everything kind of comes together. But I would imagine maybe not.
My vote's for the pit.
The pit. Back to the pit then.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep wandering the market.
Absolutely. Make...
While we're...
Ooh. You were going to say
You're
something?
good.
No, I implore
you're
the
good.
players to cut me off. If you're going to do something, do something.
Just wow, I mean, even before we get, well, I guess Ophelia got insight on the notes and stuff, I just want to keep an eye out for a glint and in an eye, or just, I mean, I was going to say shady people, but that
Is
seems
everyone?
kind of stupid now. Yeah.
What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean,
But
everyone?
yeah, just keep an eye out for anything that catches my eye, specifically a glint in somebody's eye, but anything else.
Okay, you can make a perception check for me.
Thank you so much.
Since you're just looking around the market, you can make your choice of a perception or investigation check.
I got a 19.
Oh, 19. Wonderful.
I'm feeling very perceptive this morning.
You're feeling extremely perceptive.
What?
You can make an investigation or a perception check since you're wandering around the market.
Sure, I can.
I would love for you to.
You said
Perception
Perception.
or investigation.
I'll do perception.
All right. Well, you're rolling Glareun Yoy. If you guys have a plan of attack as well, you're welcome to state so.
7.
7. If you two don't, you've just entered the market and that's it.
Just wandering around the market, looking for the rest of our group, I guess.
Investigation or perception.
Both of us or just one of us?
Both of you can do separate, or one of you, if you have the perception, you know the drill with the health action.
I'm just gonna roll perception.
Yeah, go for it. You walk away.
Yeah, 16.
16. As you kind of begin wandering throughout, you're kind of like scanning the crowd at one of like the main exits from the way that you've come in. You can look about and see the kind of larger group of people kind of like stepping out and away from the main marketplace crowd. As Valadin, you've once again kind of begun looking for people with any sorts of shine or any sorts of interesting bits about them. And you can see coin and bartering happen. Some general people that like you would not trust to hold your bag at any point in time ever. But it's kind of par for the course. And then a sense of deja vu as once again you are looking over a crowd and you gaze with Glareun looking throughout the crowd as the two of you kind of like lock eyes for a moment, but this time recognition rather than curiosity spreads across both of your faces.
Can I like happily wave at him?
Absolutely.
Glareun will wave back.
And like beckon him over.
And Yoy, Ophelia, Aelin, you guys can see the others approaching as almost all of the group joins up. Is unfortunately on a different side of the market, I guess, as they are nowhere to be found at the moment. It really does sound like I'm pausing or like thinking about my words every time I say your name, Suzanne, and I hope you know that.
No, that was the point.
It just sounds like I am the most indecisive DM ever.
No,
I
was
try
like,
so hard to
figuring
not
out
say during
name.
Paphlios, and now I'm forced to say it.
Oh, it's funny. I was like trying to think of a good name, and then I was looking at a name generator, and it said that, and I'm like, nah, that's perfect. Actually, I'm going with that.
God, I am never gonna beat the allegations if your character dies that I killed you on purpose just so you have to have a different name.
Oh,
Okay.
now I'm gonna hold it against you.
I know. I was like, oh god, I gotta say it out loud just in case. But there's plenty of the market for you to explore, though. Although it does not hold your companions. However, the other 5 have matched back together. Let me know what the next step is, as the other group was interrupted from going back to the other place with the arrival of 2 other people.
How was your evening? Find a place to rest all right?
I mean, it wasn't a problem for me. Where? I'm gonna like, can I start like counting people?
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. We're missing someone.
Yes, we are.
And I don't think they were down here. Should they be with you? Am I missing something?
Wasn't with us this morning when we got up.
And you led with, oh, I bet you guys had a good afternoon.
I'm
Where?
sure they're fine.
You know, here. And Yoi will take out her earring and pass it over to Glareun. If we really want to find out where they are, I do have this.
That, has Glareun seen the earring before? I think I was out of the room when it was discussed.
I mean, it's a finely crafted piece of jewelry. You can see a faint spiral pattern on it. And there's this kind of just almost like faint vibration as the earring is pressed into your palm.
Cool. What might
I
this
bet
be?
it's the prettiest sending stone you've ever seen.
Oh, definitely.
Has the other one.
Ah, okay. Oh, do you mind if I, give them a ring?
An earring? Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Okay, guess Glareun will activate the Sending Stone.
Okay.
The
You have
rest
25.
of us are down in the market. Where are you at? It's 13?
It's really funny to have it be someone else for a change. You got a couple more words. Why not tell her where we're going?
Well, I don't know where we're going.
Those also count? Well, I don't know where we're going.
Or like where in the market? Fuck.
Is there a stand nearby that I can describe?
You are at the actually, I would say giving cardinal directions doesn't really matter to you guys. So you can oh boy. Yeah, we can you can say that we're by one of the market exits since the marketplace isn't actually that big. The exit, just saying we're at one of the exits would probably be one of the best ways because and then if decided to, they could go to the exits to find you eventually.
Okay. Yeah, we are over by one of the exits. I don't know what I'm at, but I'm not going to risk any more words.
We are over at one of the. You had 2 words left.
Cool.
All right.
With your mother at the end.
Your mother. You hear this kind of stilted words kind of come through in your ear.
Would you believe that I forgot how many words I get?
Yeah, that's fine. Just start talking. I'll keep track. One.
Sounds good. I'll come find you.
All right. If you cut the connection there, you are perfectly fine in your word adage.
I mostly wanted to know how many words I get, not because I forgot because Yoi told me, but because I forgot since I used a sending stone last like 2 years ago.
It's 25.
Or what? It's been 60 years actually.
Technically, yeah. 60 years in game, couple of years in real, in meat space. But that kind of curt, short response comes back to you, Glareun. And if you're actually just going to go and find them,
yeah, I'll go find them.
It takes a couple, like 5 to 7 minutes for to actually like make their way around the market. And the group has rejoined at full strength.
I'm going to pass the Sending Stone back to Yoi.
Easy enough.
She'll clip it back into her ear.
With that, the 6 of you are back together.
Topside this morning. Either of you?
What was
What
that?
about
Sorry.
topside?
How was topside this morning?
Fine. Just kind of wondering where you went.
Well, I just came back here. Figured I shouldn't really be walking around up top if I don't have to.
Fair enough.
So, unless if there's more conversations, where are the 6 of you going?
Gotta be the pit, right?
If that's where you want to go.
That's where I want to go.
All right. Well, if no one else is making a decision, it seems the pit is where you're going.
The pit sounds
take this
fantastic.
moment.
Let's go to the pit. Yeah.
All
We should
right.
take this moment to let the others know the inn that we're staying at, so that this doesn't happen again. So I will let the other 2 know, our topside friends, that the inn we stay at is called the Broken Crow.
Good to know.
Oh, is that where you guys were? Like, I went to the Rotten Eye or whatever it was called.
Piece of work. All right. With information dispatched, you all are able to make your way over to the pit. As you don't have a guide again, but there are so many of you. Who would like to make the history or survival check with advantage to get there? Who's leading the group?
I can do history.
I'll make the history check.
Oh, bet.
Unless you've got better than a +3.
I have a +4.
Oh, then you can do it.
Damn.
But I can give you advantage, so.
22.
22. Easy enough, Yoi. You are rapidly, as someone who is used to guild halls and similar decor, these halls do not seem to be phasing you at all, as you are able to lead everyone back to the upper part of the pits. You all kind of step in, and you can see, even though it's early in the morning, people are already out here and drinking. There is not a lot of food above the pit. It seems to be kind of a secondary thought. And you can hear some people clamoring as you kind of enter in, looking down through the grate. It seems that something's happening in the pit right now. You do not currently see Adler. You do not currently see anyone else that you'd recognize, but you can just see kind of like a random smattering of people, some of them off in the corner drinking, some of them looming over the pits. And you are welcome to do what you wish.
What are they doing in the pit?
Yeah, I'm gonna go look at the pit.
Yeah, you guys kind of look
I'm
over.
gonna get a beer, and then I'm gonna look at the pit.
Okay. You're able to go get a beer. It's just a one copper piece per. It's very cheap, very watery. Exactly what you expect. Just 1 copper piece for an ale.
Does anybody else want one while I'm over there?
Ah, sure.
Sure.
All right, 2 it is. 3.
A morning beer. Can't say
Yeah,
I've
we're
done that
drinking
very
early.
often. Sure.
I'm bringing 4 over just to be safe.
All right. With 4 beers kind of held, dual fisting the mugs, kind of coming over, passing them out, you all kind of peer over the pit, and you can see that the hard ground has kind of been pulled away for like these kind of like tarps or fabrics that are coating the ground. And there are 2 figures down there, bare knuckle boxing each other. You can see a kind of larger, like beefy looking tiefling woman. Her like jaw looks scraped up with maybe like a ring or a piece of jewelry that is kind of scraped along her face and almost like tore her cheek out. You can see blood kind of coating down the side of her as she grits her teeth. In the other section, you can see this massive wall of a man, tattoos kind of running up his bald head and down his back, and a thick black beard coating him. He's not wearing any sort of shirts, and you can see the bruises going across his gray body. This looks to be some sort of Goliath born. The 2 of them just beating the absolute piss out of each other as they're going back and forth, before you can see just basically people kind of like cheering, jeering, throwing stuff down at the arena as the 2 of them have to dodge every once in a while, before you can see the woman tiefling kind of like steps up, locks her leg around his throat in sort of like a jujitsu move, and slams his neck down on her like kind of large section of her thigh. And you can hear this resounding kind of crunch as she like his head kind of pulls backward and she releases him. You can see his head loll at this kind of awkward angle, and everyone roars in excitement as you can see her like stand up, kind of brush off her bloody her bloodied chest, kind of lean over, and you see her like kind of grab the side of his neck and head with each of her hands, and another terrible snap as she pulls it back to the correcting way, and you can see his chest kind of heave and rise as it was... You're not sure how well he is, but at least you can see from his chest rising and falling that he's alive. As the rest of the crowd kind of like roars in its approval as she holds up her fist and a couple of people begin flicking hard coins, copper, silver, down onto her.
I mean, I'm going to be shouting too. That was dope.
Mm-hmm. And she's kind of grinning this large grin. Her eye on the right side of her face is beginning to kind of swell shut from the blow. Still blood rolling freely down her cheek as the six of you are kind of looking at this. And each of you are kind of interrupted or kind of pulled out of the moment for a second with just a... as you kind of look behind you and you can see Adler, the dark elf with that kind of shock of white going up his neck and past his face, flanked by two people wearing this kind of like dense and gray-coated leather armor with masks kind of obscuring the bottom part of their face. These kind of like extended leather guards that protect their neck and lower jaw as he kind of looks at the six of you. Is everyone having a lovely morning? Done.
So far.
Yeah, quite the show today.
It's a show every day. Otherwise, it wouldn't be worth being a day. Now, one of you at least said you were willing to put your foot on the path to doing something substantial. Are the rest of you as inclined and driven as him, or are you just here to piss away your copper at the ale?
I mean, if it'll give me more copper and it'll get me in the library, then I'll do whatever you want. Well, not whatever, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. If you cut off the end of that sentence, we're going down a very good road. So, I'll file that away for next time. If you're looking for finances, that's more than can be done, but we are, well, needing some legwork down and about in the less than pleasant parts of the underground. Come with me. There's a table for us to discuss things more in depth. Please, follow.
Legwork, he says. I suppose that excludes me then.
Only if you want to be excluded. We are equal opportunity shit shovelers down here.
I think it was just an expression of really, I don't think he meant anything by it.
More of a joke between Aelin and I, but nonetheless.
Mm-hmm. So,
Who knows? Maybe I'll make my fortune in the pit.
Backpack missile launcher, man, we're ready.
As you are all kind of led into kind of a separate, like close by room, you had all gone off to like the right side, facing the pit for the boxing room that Glareun had went into, or further on to like get to the markets, and you're going into one of the left rooms facing the pit, as it is this sort of like meeting room with a not fancy but suitable table kind of set up. You can see deep marks in it from knives and blades that have been kind of stabbed into the table, different bits of stains from drinks and food that have been poured or spilled onto it. And as he kind of sits at the head of the table, you can see him being flanked by those two almost like bodyguards, and he gestures, "Please, sit."
That's it.
Yes, it will.
So, how much of the news do you keep up with?
Over the last few days, not too much.
Well, I think you'd be needing to keep up with last night's and today's morning news to be exactly where I'm going to direct you, we'll say.
If Flavel wants it cleaned out, they should clean it out themselves.
One of you keep your ears open.
God bless the post.
Did you say Forbell?
Yes.
You see Yoi's ears perk a little bit. What about Forbell?
There's been a statement issued from the representatives of the populace. Eleanor Orin, along with Alice Iriel, and there was another city, but those are we're the large cities, and as such we're going to bear the brunt of this, are supposed to muster new regiments. And as such, people are being, well, I'd say you probably know what a draft is. You all strike me as intelligent enough.
You know, we did see a recruitment table topside this morning.
We'll see how much of a recruitment that becomes in the coming days. People aren't stupid, however, and they did not keep news of this order free from the ears of Eleanor Orn. As such, there was a very lucrative bit of a offer for turning people southward for a bit. We have a established path through the back end down to a city in the central region, Nit Dori, that doesn't have any sort of draft order, as Forbell doesn't technically hold any sway over that town. We could start our own little underground exit from Eleanor Oren for those people with military-aged men and women. I'm sure they'll be willing to pay handsomely to spend some time in the trees. However, the sewers, which would be the easiest way to get out, as the city still needs somewhere to place its shit on the outer end, rather than let it collect in the street like savages, have fallen into a bit of disrepair. There's several things that runners have noted being down there that would need to be cleared out, along with a bit of a section of a barricade that's been erected by something a couple of years ago that would need to be cleared out. This is where the six of you would come in, clearing the exit from Eleanor Orin. So guides would be unfettered as they lead people to Nit Dori from our fair city. People want out.
And he said it again. And he said it again. DM, I gotta roll something. I got a dice to roll for you.
Mm-hmm.
Uh...
Is this for you not to blurt out?
This is for me to not... Let's just say I'm about to roll a performance for you.
Yes, sir.
This is for everyone else, more so than anything else.
Let me know what if your insight beats this.
Passive insight?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
12?
Wow.
Nope.
If anyone's got a passive insight above 12, it is 10 plus your insight.
I mean,
I'm gonna say Yowie doesn't because she's away.
The active does beat it. Someone does beat your performance, Ophelia, and what are they noticing?
When the name is said once, she stops in her tracks. And when he says it again, her eyes kind of haze over for a moment. And in that moment, she's a million miles away from here. Before she kind of shudders for a moment, composing herself, but not letting anything further go.
Mm-hmm. As you kind of snap out of it for a moment, compose yourself, and look back at the head of the table where Adler is, you can see him having paused, looking at you with a kind of stern look on his face of just interesting, before he continues where he had just suddenly kind of cut off the end of his statement. Well, maybe sewer clearing isn't for all of you, but any of you willing to take this, we'd be happy to compensate you, and it'd be, let's say, a less jarring task than what some of you were thrust into last time. If some of you are uncomfortable with it, so be it. I don't need all 6 of you to clear out the sewers.
Sounds simple enough to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have much else going on. I think I'm in. Ophelia, will you be taking a walk?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Sure. Not like I have much else to do.
He kind of like reacts in a little bit of simmered surprise at Ophelia's statement of agreement to do the mission. Well then. I have access to the sewers from our side, but we'll be needing you to clear from an actual mainline accessible sewer entrance out to the southern end of the city. We're going to have you mark those paths, generally stating that this is a cleared section, until you get to the outer edge where the grate is. Once that's happened, we can have someone that can make it look like it isn't broken break it, and kind of like gets this like thinking look with a smirk in his face. We can get our travel agency off the ground after that. Now, depending on what you're able to find or able to kill, there might be some bonuses flocked in for all of you, but as a general reward, we would be willing to pay a group sum of 300 gold pieces for you to clear it. Should be suitable work with a bit of the risk factor put in. If anything fun or interesting shows its head, you're welcome to bring that head to me and I can compensate you accordingly. I do like interesting things. Any questions?
Yes. Do you have a specific location you want us to start at? A specific sewer access point?
I would think we do have a specific in mind, since the 6 of you, according to at least what you've demonstrated me, do not have the most knowledge about Alna Oren. And then it would always end at the southern section of the sewer. Once you've cleared that out, marking your path as you go. You will retrace your steps, make sure everything is still good. Bring me anything that comes in and receive payment. After that, we'll grade how you done in no uncertain terms by how good the breaker comes through that I've hired to open that grate. And whether he has any issues or not.
Okay. Do you know where we could pick up a compass?
If you're looking to buy one, the market is an exceptional place, both above and below. If you're looking to get one to return, I'm more than happy to provide you with something if it's a needed tool for your service. I'm also going to provide you the pittance that you will use to mark the way forward that it's safe.
Awesome. Okay.
Agreeable?
Sounds fine to me.
Good.
Final question. We could use a little bit of training on how to get the proper procedure for entering back down here.
He kind of rolls his eyes. Figured
I
that.
just walked in. What was his problem?
Figured that twit didn't teach you any sort of actual ways to enter. So, if you're going through one of the sealed doors, there is a pattern of knocks that needs to be given out. 2 short, 1 long. Giving any sort of pause gives the other person the ability to actually open the door and verify. If there's a scout on the outer edge that sees you, it is a simple cup of your thumb and pointer finger to either side of your lips, pursing them together in a quick, swift motion. If the person understands, the one watching will repeat it, and you do not need to talk to them further. If they don't repeat it, kill or run.
Okay.
Honestly, you should just be thankful that they didn't kill or run from you when you botched that. Don't know what you did to make it pass, but I hope it didn't cost me anyone important.
Okay. Well, there was no killing or maiming to get down here, so I assume you didn't lose anyone too important.
Well, the more I learn about how ill-equipped the 6 of you were, the less inclined I am to have that runt take on any more missions. I think her days are past her. But maybe the days of the 6 of you are just beginning. Now, he kind of makes a snap motion, and you can see one of his bodyguards kind of leave the room. He'll be grabbing your compass and materials. There will also be a map of the sewer. Take whichever route you deem necessary. And by that time, hopefully, as we're going to start advertising this quite soon, you'll have this cleared out by end of day, hopefully. But if you don't, just make sure that it gets done right. I'd hate to see a job half-assed. Alright. Well, if no one has any concerns, I'll be leaving you under his watchful eye. He gestures to the other bodyguard. Until the other brings you supplies, then he'll lead you to the access tunnel. Or better yet, and he kind of like has the guard kind of lean down. Those of you closer to him can hear him whisper of just mark the access tunnel on the map. Give them a rough estimate, then you don't have to be seen in daylight with them. As he kind of comes back, it will be actually marked on the map given to you with a rough, a rough landmark for the surface, and then focused more on the sewer map than the actual map of Alinar. But that will get you what you need. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have other things to do. And he stands up. May your first competent mission go well. And he strides out of the room, leaving that one bodyguard kind of looking over each of you. You have about 15-20 minutes to wait before the other guard comes back, if there's any conversations you'd like to have. Otherwise, we'll fast forward to you getting your materials.
Other than everything that went wrong, I thought that last mission went great.
See, it's the everything that went wrong part that is the concern.
I had nothing to do with that, so...
Didn't everything go wrong?
No. But again, I had nothing to do with the wrong part, so...
It was a pretty easy heist with a face like yours, I have to say, but the rest of us struggled a little bit.
I would like to make a stop back at the market before we leave, just to see how much a personal compass would be, even though they're loaning us one for this mission.
I mean, do you think we'll need one again?
I don't know, but I'd like to have one on us, just in case.
It never
Fair
hurts to know which way north is, to be honest.
I mean, you could just look at the sun and figure it out from there, but...
Well, we won't exactly be above ground, will we?
Where's the sun right now?
Well, I'm saying for later.
Who knows the next time we'll be underground? Could be the very next job we take on. Who knows? To me, it doesn't
Fair
seem
enough.
like they do much work above ground that would involve us, more than likely.
Well, not after we fucked that up.
Okay.
So, things aren't sounding so well for Becky.
No.
Perhaps she will fare better if we successfully complete this this task this time. I think her the amount of respect she gets here is directly tied to the people that she introduces to the underground, and we've definitely mucked that up a little bit.
It might also have to do with the people she puts on the jobs that she offers. And she put us on that job.
Hey, players, does anyone speak Undercommon?
While
Negative
I
radio shredder.
no.
No one?
No. I
Well,
speak regular common.
I think it's going to be very interesting because a 4 stealth hides nothing. Ophelia has muttered something under her breath, and if no one speaks Undercommon, you cannot make heads or tails of what it is. I don't know if the guard speaks it. Doubt he does. You can let me know if he responds to it.
He does not respond to it, as everyone in the group kind of gets cut off in how they're talking, and just as this different language kind of cuts through the kind of muted speaking that you all were having, the muted conversation that you all were having as you were waiting.
You don't know what was said, but it was said harshly.
What was that, Ophelia? Didn't quite catch it.
Would you care to elaborate?
On?
Whatever it was you just said.
Did I say something?
Yeah, is everything okay? It seemed like you were rather disgruntled there, whatever you did mutter.
It's rather strange. They hold themselves on hides, change makers and everything in between. And they don't even know. They don't know what real change is. Her face has drastically darkened. She was kind of a melancholic individual before. This is something else. She sees you, and you see her. But for a moment, you think she's seeing something else. Something not quite so far away, but that surrounds all of us. And no one else knows.
Okay. What does that mean?
I suppose it's all perspective. I think there's more to unpack to that.
JC, and this Helminia might have to also weigh in on this, but I'm gonna assume I connected some synapses because I'm a smart fellow. Can I make an insight check? Maybe possibly with advantage, or maybe this is just why I'm allowed to make it. Because of the newly connected synapses, because I'm a smart fellow.
I would beg of you to make an insight check.
Am I being insight checked right now?
You are actively being insight checked because I am a smart fellow. Now, am I allowed to make the check because of the synapses, or do I get advantage?
You, if it was only you, would be allowed to just make the check. But because there is something
advantage?
else influencing you, you will get advantage.
See, JC, we're working on the same wavelength right now. Thank you. Helminia, I am actively inciting you. Good luck.
What are you looking for?
The reason... I guess that I could put it that way. The reason you are acting this way now after the conversation we just had, and certain events tied to that my synapses connected because I'm a smart fellow.
Okay.
Bad news bears for you
I got a 2.
because I. No, it's a 3. No, I got a 19 actually.
Ooh!
The other dice was a 6. So it could have been bad news bears. Now, I guess I don't even know if I'm gonna make him say it. Do I know though? Can I make the inference that I know?
You were attempting to look for something within me to assuage yourself is effectively what's happening, right? Are you looking... What are you looking for an answer just for what has been said or also for yourself?
He's looking for confirmation, not proof.
Mm-hmm. That I think I know what's going on. And again, maybe JC can weigh in a little bit here. Because I don't know if Helminia knows, but JC knows.
In response... how do I want to play this? How do I want to play this?
You punch me!
In response to your insight, I'm deciding if I want to try to roll an intimidation.
Oh god! Okay.
Let me know how you'd go about that if you decide to. As you do see Valden's eyes kind of narrow for a second, and in it you see some sort of recognition bubbling behind him.
I kind of want to like lock eyes and almost telepathically like quell the thought, like you shall not ask what is not your business, so to speak, you know? I want to shake up his mental. I want to break those synapses.
Go for intimidation.
I know my future.
I fucking knew it. How many?
That is a natural 20.
Ah, fuck. It was gonna be one of the two. That's too bad.
As you look for recognition, you look for understanding, and you do find it, Valden. But as these eyes meet you, the blue coloration of the eye is not what you focus on. Instead, you focus on the black pupils that almost seem to be pooling in malice towards your eyes meeting hers. And even though the answer has pulled to the front of your mind, you do not at this moment feel compelled to let it travel to your lips. You find your answer. She does not want you to say it.
But I know.
It's literally that fucking both of you looking at each other and both of you hearing they know in the back of your mind. And with it,
common understanding.
And one of you does not like that. As you almost feel like, not like in the back of your brain, but almost like the feeling like instinctual down your spinal cord, you almost feel like a recoiling hiss of a thought, of recoiling from a psychic channeling or something else. A thought of disdain and distaste towards Ophelia that is not your own. And then it moves out of your head, and you simply know the information. As the rest of the group sees this short, only a couple seconds of time have passed, of the lock eyes and the stare that happens between the two of them before Valden drops his eyes first. And the rest of you are locked in silence for another moment before anyone else can then speak.
Do we notice the intimidation attempt?
What are passive perceptions here?
12.
Yeah, mine's like 12 too.
Yoi might have just missed it, but everyone else feels that cut of tension goes through as you almost kind of hear the creak in the chair, realize that Aelin has kind of moved forward to look at them. This staring contest that happens for a couple seconds before Aelin, you see Valden just drop his gaze from the staring contest with Ophelia and lean back away.
Does Yoi notice the tension at all? Or is it just
I would say you realize that you went from a conversation to Ophelia saying something and then just no one talking. And so the 5 seconds of no one talking, you register, that's kind of hard to miss. You just don't you miss the staring contest specifically though.
All right. With the shift in energy just all of a sudden, Yoi cuts in with, I don't know why they keep telling us not to half-ass a job. I feel like we always put in the full ass, if you know what I mean. I feel like I missed something.
Yeah, I think most of us did, but yeah.
Can I look at the guard and ask, what are we gonna do next? What's the plan? Aren't we waiting for something?
He nods. Yeah, you're waiting for something. You're waiting for your pittance, your map, and your compass. Once those provided, you're welcome to leave.
Crazily enough, that's the most cohesive sentence he's ever chained together.
Guard moves and just kind of crosses his arms.
Oh, this is weird. Does anybody need a refill?
Sure.
I'll push my
Absolutely.
push the chair away from the table. Yeah, take the cups up to the bar.
Ophelia
I'm
goes
going
to pick up her cup, and as she moves to gesture it towards you, her hand shakes and she drops it on the floor.
Oh, dude, like a lapdog. Don't worry, I'll get it. I'll pick up the cup.
Thank you.
All right. If no one else has anything else to add, Aelin, you're able to go get 4 more ales? Yeah, 4 more ales.
Yep.
And as you come back, the other guard comes back with you. There is a large bag of red painted pittons. This is several, around the double digit of pounds, of like being around 12 to 14 pounds. It is a large bag of pittons with a hammer kind of poking out the top of the sack. There is a folded map with a small hide drawstring to open it up, and then there is a metallic compass that they set on the table. Just let me know who picks up each.
I'll take the pittons, but I'll leave the hammer behind because I have one.
Okay.
How many pittons are there on top of the 10 that I have? But how many pittons are in the back?
Of the red pittons,
Yeah.
because these ones are marked.
Yep.
So, let us.
I'm not giving them my pittons for free. Are you kidding me?
No, not at all. Well, and also they would, how cautious these people are down here. You might worry them. As this bag is around like a little bit over 12 pounds, you kind of look into it, and there appears to be 50 pittons in this bag. And who grabs the map? Who grabs the compass?
I'll grab the map
Okay.
and the compass.
All right, as Glareun grabs the other 2. The mugs are also placed onto the table, and you can see the guards kind of like make note to like mark to note that you all have those, and then exit from this place as a couple of you, maybe not everyone, but the majority of you, let the mood kind of leak. The tension kind of leaks out of the door with the guards leaving. A couple of you attempt to just breathe easier, although it might not be the same feeling for everyone. But it is the
Healy's
6
gonna
of you.
chug this beer.
It is all of you there with supplies given and a party member rapidly drinking alcohol.
For the record's sake, I suppose. How are we carrying around Ophelia?
I'll take Ophelia.
Okay.
I
Yeah, my
actually
backpack's pretty full.
want to go with Aelin.
I respect that. I have a lot of shit in my
Okay.
backpack, so I got to figure out how to get you in here too.
Do you want me to take the pittons then from you and I can hold them?
It's less of the pittance that are the problem and the other 62 pounds of dungeoneering gear.
I mean, I'm sure the if you trade it off with the, oh yeah, because you don't have a bag now to.
What happened?
What
to
do
your
you want
bag?
me to take? I will carry whatever you give me.
There's a market here. Do you think they have bags?
I bought a backpack here yesterday.
Perfect. Is it open?
I would hope so.
Tradesies?
I mean, it's a brand new bag. I got all my shit in here.
Yeah, but this one's broken in. It's the leather's softened. It's quite nice, and it comes with plenty of pittance and a few torches.
I'll take the kittens and the torches from you, but I'm not taking your bag.
Dungeon
You just
Master,
go buy a new bag.
Yes, Yoy?
as a seamstress, can I just fix up the bag to be better?
You would need to buy materials for it. I don't know if you have any extra materials on you anymore. But it is something that you could do of like enlarging the bag. It is the whole thing of Aelin is going to, if they have the pittance, the dungeoneering kit, and Ophelia, like they will be encumbered and moving at the half speed. And so figuring out of like divvying up the pittance, Ophelia, in the bag might be in the group's best interest, bag or not. Ophelia has expressed that she wants to be with Aelin. Let's find out how much that matters.
I can take all the pittance if need be, and some of the dungeoneering gear.
I really don't need these torches. A tinderbox is very handy to have. Do you think we need rations? Like I suppose each of you guys can take one or two of those off my hands, and I'll just start kind of looking in my backpack. I'll start kind of
Unloading the
putting stuff on the
backpack.
table to start. Yeah,
It's like
just right here on
the
table.
Boy Scout who went to summer camp with too much shit and just started throwing stuff out of his bag onto his cot.
Dungeon Master,
Yes, Yoy.
I know that this isn't necessarily directly after a long rest, but can I do an infusion to make a bag of holding instead?
We can't put Ophelia in a bag of holding. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Nothing large has changed. And how many infusions do you have right now?
I have two, so doing one would
Get
if
rid
I
of
do
either
this-
the armor or the sending.
it would actually get rid of the armor because the armor is the first thing that I'd done. It will always get rid of the oldest infusion.
Ah, okay. I will say you also have a little bit of prep time. Is it a long rest / short rest?
Let me double check that. I think it's just a long rest, but let me check.
Gotcha.
I suppose we don't need it. While you're doing that, I'll just, I suppose I don't need the 50 feet of rope. If anybody needs some rope, perhaps my bedroll can go in that place. And
Sure, I'll take your rope.
It is just a long rest, Jacob.
Okay. So, as of right now, due to the fact that you've changed locations, you've used infused items, you could have had an encounter where Glareun's armor came into effect. I'm going to say that you have not been able to make the bag yet, since it's long rest only.
That's fine.
But the thought pops into
something
your
to
head.
do. Yeah, the good thought.
Good thought. So, if you want to pull some things out, Aelin, who are you giving the pittance to?
I believe Glareun said he has space for them.
All right.
Yep.
So I will
Glareun's-
slide him a bag of pittance
Gotcha.
and the hammer that goes along with it.
Got you. Glareun, you take the pittance. Some other things can get divvied up. And with Ophelia going into... if Ophelia is granted backpacking access by Aelin. Aelin is taking the half speed through that, but not with the basically the minuses that will come from massively over encumbering yourself. Just the standard half speed. Trust me, we can get worse than half speed.
Yeah, I believe that. Just out of curiosity, how much does Ophelia weigh?
I don't know if I have a weight on her character sheet or not.
That's a rude thing to ask a lady.
Off the record. Over the table, if you will.
I mean, she's at least 15 pounds lighter than you'd expect. One for each limb.
Okay.
5 for each
I
limb.
have the carrying capacity of 195. That's why I asked. I was gonna try and see how encumbered I am, but
no, you can pass out some things. You've passed out the pins to Glareun. That's kind of gets you over the thing of just being at half speed with Ophelia. But regardless of the kind of weight question, that is how you guys can divvy it up. If you want to use the Discord chat to kind of divvy some more things, if people want anything up to grab, you can do that as well. But you have everything you need from the gang, and as such, is there any last bit of preparation or getting, or do you just want to navigate straight to the point of the sewer access?
I would like to go to the market to see if I can find a compass, even though I know I have one, but one of my own for later, probably.
Yeah. You would be able to get a compass. It's just going to be of how much this is going to run you. So let's find out. Right. I forgot how fucking expensive compasses are.
That was my concern. I remembered they were quite expensive. I just couldn't remember how much.
100 gold.
Did you hear that?
I did not.
Were you guessing?
Yeah, I was just saying shit.
Yeah, I mean, you're not... I mean, you're a little bit far off, but, honestly, you're in the correct area. A compass costs 100 gold pieces.
Yeah, I don't have money for that shit right now.
We're
just using the borrowed one.
They are expensive. It is a type of solution in a sealed glass area with magnets. That shit is wild. All right. Unless if there's anything else, any last minute things, you guys are able to exit out from the underground and make your way on the map over to the sewer access. Due to the fact that you're being led on a map, you don't have to worry about rolling a check for navigating Eleanor Orin. I will ask for someone to roll an encounter dice.
I'll do this one.
Alrighty.
What am I rolling?
D20. Just give me the straight number.
Okay. I do have something to say to Aelin when we're a bit more alone.
Well, right now the group's just
19.
traveling unless if you... 19? Please roll me a D100.
Oh, boy. $27.
27. All right. As you all kind of begin kind of walking through the street, Ophelia, you kind of having these thoughts of wanting to maybe have Aelin kind of go a couple paces behind the group, but before you can put any of that thought into action, you all kind of hear this kind of sharp voice of someone who's young-ish, but specifically they haven't completely finished maybe puberty yet. This sounds like a young voice of maybe a teenager. You can hear this girl of just yelling, "Hey, get back here!" And you can hear this kind of giggling and cackling of these younger children, this group of 3 that is barreling straight into the group of you. I would like each of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Being robbed.
These kids ain't gonna see what hits them. These kids are gonna see what hits them.
15.
15? Okay.
12.
10. Ooh, Aelin sucks. He's busy talking to Ophelia.
Ooh. All right, Yoy?
Oh, fuck. Haha. Well, God damn it, where's my dex? God damn it. Where the fuck is my...
+1.
Oh my god, +1. Oh, 20. Unnatural.
Whoa.
Okay.
21.
Cool.
You're in a bag, so that's kind of cheating.
I think you should roll that with this.
Can I trip him?
Yeah.
Are you gonna trip a kid?
I don't know, is he doing something bad?
He's robbing us.
Yeah, I'm gonna trip the kid then. I'm gonna
fucking
stick out my hoof, and I'm gonna trip that fucking kid.
All right, you're gonna trip one of the kids. You're gonna trip one of the kids.
These kids stole nothing off of me. They stole, like, no money. I have no money. Good for them, you know what? Good for them. Okay, whatever.
It's about the principle.
If you want to trip one of them, please make a athletics or acrobatics check. There is specifically a kind of young human boy with this kind of like knitted wool cap over his head. There is a kind of spindly looking wood elf girl with brown hair kind of running down either side of her head. And then there is kind of this older, like burlier looking, kind of like general fae features. It's one of the elves that you can't quite place the race. Which one of them would you like to try and trip?
Which one is the one that took the stuff?
Are you assuming one of them took the stuff? Because you're watching like all of them kind of bob and weave through you as Aelin and Ophelia kind of like get like bounced for a second between the 3 of them. Of like the human kind of runs past and like their shoulders kind of clip, and as Aelin kind of moves, the girl kind of like swaps past her, and he like tries to step out of the way and steps into the other elven boy as they kind of bounce off of each other. But all of them are just moving past them.
With a 21, could I grab the collars of 2 of them and trip one?
With
the acrobatics.
Did you just roll? So I would say, do you have a? I would say one of them you could do as an active attack, and the other one attack, quote unquote. She's not beating the shit out of kids, audience. Be careful.
Yeah.
And the other one as a reaction, so you get 2 of them, not all 3.
I succeeded, didn't I?
I mean, you did, and just because of where you are in regards to Aelin, you would have something as well. As you're just seeing them kind of move past.
I'm gonna rob the last one.
You're gonna rob the elvish boy?
I'm gonna rob the last one to get his attention. I'm gonna mug the mugger.
All right, make a sleight of hand check.
I'll trip the burly one and grab the... You said it was a little girl.
Mm-hmm. There's the human, there's the human, the wood elf girl, and then the fey elven boy. You can give it to me by their kind of racial.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Who's being tripped? Who's grabbed?
Tripped is the boy, grabbed is the girl.
Human or elf boy?
Ooh, which one? You said one of them was burlier?
Yes, the elven one.
Okay, the elven one, because burly boys can handle the dirt.
Okay. So the athletics/acrobatics, there's separate checks for each of them, so roll them and let me know. Ophelia, please roll
Okay.
me a sleight of hand.
The athletics was a 19.
Okay.
And you said acrobatics for the other one?
Yes.
16.
16. Okay. Ophelia?
I got a 19.
19. As you just go into basically as Yoi is tripping this elf, you like reach down from the bag and pluck something from his tunic. You can roll a d10. And as Yoi reaches out her hoof, and you see the elven boy just eat shit, and she spins and grabs the collar of the girl, and you feel how light she is, Yoi, as you just kind of like almost fully lift her off the ground, as you hear her just kind of like half choke on the collar of her shirt as you kind of yoink her. And the boy just fucking books it.
I got a 5.
You got a 5? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As you retrieve this kind of thing and look at it in your hand, you can see a kind of crumpled up, a crumpled up like set of like parchment. Rolled into it, you can see these a section of almost full but crumpled different basically wrappings of, I mean, you know what this is. This is something that would be smoked similar to a cigarette. About half a dozen that you've pulled out from this child's pocket.
Oh, bro, 6 spliffs, crazy.
As Yoi, you have made the elven child eat shit, and the girl has been yoinked and is being held by her collar, kind of gasping for initial breath that you've driven from her throat, and kind of struggling against you, unable to get away, as the woman, the young teenage girl that was chasing them, like just kind of almost stops in her tracks, almost in like kind of shock of just, oh, thank you. And she kind of like, kind of moves closer to you, Yoi, of just like, I'm so sorry for the 3 kind of getting in your way. And she kind of reaches past where you've kind of grabbed this girl, Yoi, and you see her just grab onto the hair on this girl's head and kind of like yank her closer to her. And she does the same with the kind of long fey ear of the boy as she grabs on and yanks him up into a standing position, kind of holding them almost like a stern babysitter or parent. I have been chasing these 2 dirty little things half a mile now. I appreciate you helping. And she kind of like pulls the 2 of them closer to the side of her form. I don't have enough hands for all of them, but this is a start. Thank you.
It's no trouble.
No. We are going to return to the bakery, and she like yanks both of them back up the road, as you can hear both of them kind of like wince or kind of cry out. And we are going to do things correctly, aren't we? As she kind of pulls the 2 of them up and over. You can say or do whatever you want. Otherwise, she is going to just continue to kind of pull both of them back up the road. you can see her kind of glancing over, almost like she's looking for the other one that had gotten away, but he's long gone, even with the quick encounter.
Checking my pockets. Did they rob us?
You kind of check your pockets, Glareun. Everything's fine.
Okay.
I wouldn't think about checking my pockets, so I'm not gonna.
Okay.
You always gonna check hers.
Absolutely, your pockets are fine. They didn't
All of my
even
stuff's
get into you. And,
bags.
yeah, and Ophelia has gained something, so.
I will say out loud, I couldn't really stop him, but I've sure as hell ruined his evening.
Holds basically a carton of cigarettes out.
Are these tobacco or wacky tobacco?
They are tobacco based.
Fuck.
6 cigarettes.
6 cigarettes in a crumpled carton.
I'd imagine we don't have time, but I'm kind of curious what bakery she's talking about.
I mean, we are kind of in the middle of something, but we could probably
Yeah.
find it later. What? She said she's been running for half a mile, so how many
That
bakeries
thousands?
are? How many bakeries do you think are in a half mile of here?
JC, on the way over here, we didn't come from the same area that she went back to, did we?
No.
Okay. Have I seen many bakeries upon coming to where we are now?
I mean, there's a few bakeries now in our Orin. It's a large city. I mean, you're just not... you can't recall... I will say, make a history check. Roll for bakery.
$21.
21. As you kind of think about it, because you're one of the people who has been in Alinar Orin before, and as you like kind of just kind of think about what would be close by, there is a bakery that you do recall called Yesterday's Crops, as it would be probably the one being referred to. A fine bakery, and apparently one with child problems in one way or another.
I have something in mind. How curious are we? I know I'm privy to a visit, but I know we're also on precious time clock.
Maybe after we get back.
I'd be willing to go later. I can't really buy anything with all the gold you took.
One, fair and square. I would not say I took it. And to be fair, I did try to give it back. You threw it back at me.
Fine. But we need to do this job first.
Yeah, we'll get it back eventually. Just you wait.
Is that a threat?
It can be if you
Don't make
like
me
it
say
to
the
be.
line. Don't make me say the line. Once my luck is up, once my luck and my money are up, it's a promise.
All right.
Well, should we be off then?
Let's continue on.
All right. With that, you're easily able to make your way over to the grate, the basically cover to the sewer for access. You'd assume people would use this for maintenance, repair. You can see kind of this rusted bit of metal that can be folded upwards, and a member of the party is more than easily able to kind of flip it up, and you can see a metal ladder kind of leading down. However, you can parse the smell coming from down there, a little bit more pungent and less tantalizing than the more neutral smell of the underground, as the sewer is available for each of you.
Let's do it.
Yep.
All
Let's
right.
hop in.
Let's get after it.
Each of you, one by one, with one exception of 2 people at once, begin to filter down the ladder. The rusted metal handles kind of shearing off small bits of flakes of metal that kind of coast down as each of you descend into your next job. With a lot of different things to explore and a map to plot out of people trying to get out of here, Aelin, you find yourself held back as you begin to step towards the ladder. The other 4 members of the group have already descended. You just wanting to take a moment to safely kind of set down in case if Ophelia slips off of your back. It's normal. It happened before when you went there with last time, but this time as you step towards the opening, you feel the kind of tug on your shoulder and look over to see Ophelia kind of looking at you with a bit of intent behind her eyes.
Oh, what's up?
Ophelia comes out of the bag a bit to kind of like you remember when you were bleeding and like she like put her hand on your chest from behind to hold your wound together?
Yes.
She does the same thing, but this time she's whispering in your ear. And there is kind of like a bit of like whimsy to her voice. She's not as serious as she was earlier. She does, like, you can assume what happened kind of raised her mood a bit. But it doesn't really change the fact, her tone, of what you feel when she says what comes next. So she says in a somewhat jovial tone, "Trust me when I say this. If you trust me above all else, no matter what Adler says, no matter how this mission goes, we cannot go to meet Doré. Because everyone there is gone." And she kind of chuckles to herself a bit and slinks back into the bag.
Go. Okay. Just kind of, yeah, I guess I'll be confused and make my way down the ladder.
You shake off this ominous warning coming from your backpack and move to join the others in the sewer to plot out an escape route for many people to Nidori. That's where the session is going to end. Thank you everybody so much for watching. My name is Jacob JC. Helminy is making Alpha mad this time. It's very nice to see that I'm not the one making people upset at the end of the session. Thank you so much to all of you for watching, and these 6 amazing people for tagging along in this adventure. Next up, plotting out the sewers. If you're watching this stream for the first time, I hope you had a wonderful time. If you're watching the restream on YouTube, thank you so much as well. If you enjoyed what you see, please make sure to follow on Twitch or subscribe on YouTube. I did get a little ping, and so I'm gonna thank Blades Embers for the subscription. Thank you so much. And if because I know people are asking for a good boy point, but it's gonna enrage you because I feel like this is gonna be the first wasted one, because I don't believe they've used the inspiration, but they were the top of the session in my mind for keeping conversations going, as that is the important and beautiful thing. Glareun, congratulations of being the good boy. How many of calls it good boy points has just made it real weird. It enhanced inspiration. But with that, we'll see if people decide to be inspired in the sewers. And of course, one more time, thank you everybody so much for watching. Thank you everyone for joining me in my world of Usapait. I can't wait for the next Thursday. And no matter where you are, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Take care now. Bye.